an ethical debate had already blown up over the issue of embryo selection. By choosing only 1 or 2 embryos out of, say, 15, could it be said that doctors are playing God?
What we end up with these new technologies, in particular with pre-implantation genetic diagnosis, is a situation where you've got 8, 10, 12 tiny little balls of cells, and quite literally a group of doctors and other scientists are going to choose which of those should be destroyed and which of those should be used to put back into the woman and have a chance of growing into an adult human being. And in one sense, that is playing God.
If you're talking about embryos in general, some people balk at the idea that we should be selecting some embryos to put back and discarding others. They're very worried that when we do this as part of genetic technology, that this is sort of the thin end of the wedge, and they're saying it's not fair that other embryos are discarded.
We seem to be on a very slippery slope at the moment. Originally, PGD was put forward in order to guarantee that the developing human being would not have any kind of distressing or painful condition for them themselves. Then it seemed to be that human beings could be created in order to screen out any defects which would take place far later on in life. And then a further use of this kind of technology seemed to be to save other human beings as well. So we do seem to be on a kind of slippery slope at the moment, that more and more cases seem to be brought up to justify what I would argue to be the unjustifiable.
We are discarding embryos in every single IVF procedure we do. That is why some people object to this, because they believe life begins at the time of fertilization. And for that group, that is consistent, is understandable. They usually will have an anti-abortion stance. They may have a religious belief while they pick that up, but that is consistent for them. Many other people don't believe that. They don't believe that an embryo in culture is a person. And therefore, there comes a time as embryo develops that it changes in terms of the respect that is given to it.
Patrick believes that embryos, however small, have the right to be treated as human beings. The doctors, on the other hand, feel their efforts are improving the quality of life for families like the Snapes. How far they should be able to go in their efforts is a matter for all of us to decide.